People complain about the market, the milk price, the market, the milk price falling low, people not buying at 500. The answer is one to that. If you mind about the record keeping of your input and the record keeping of your input, how much do you feed a cow? How much does the cow give you? So if you squeeze on the expenditure of funds on how to look after your cows, it will compensate on the price of milk at any cost. I'm called Bugingo, the managing director, Agat Dairy Farm. It is located in Chakabunga, 10 kilometers on Rushere Road from Lyantonde. This farm started way back in 2000. It's when I registered it as a limited company. I retired in the civil service by 2008, and by 2014, I became the best farmer in Western Uganda. I got a chance of visiting the Netherlands. Since 2014 to date, there are many challenges and developments on the farm. And I have so far turned the sector to another level, as you can see. We major in training, and we offer the following trainings. One is that we train farmers, basic farmers, for 7 days. We have special training by the request of the farmers, and we are registered with the Directorate of Industrial Training, as I showed you the documents. So we are certified as a vocational training institution under Ministry of Education. We bring the youth here, they train here for 3 months, and they get certificates. They are certified and get certificates from Ministry of Education. This is, we are forced to do that because the demand of the youth in Uganda, in the livestock family, in the livestock farming is very high. When they are trained in universities and in vocational training institutions, they are taught on how to do things theory. But when they come here, we do practicals, learning as you are doing, which makes them perfectly well in the livestock sector. What business do I do here? Because most people have been asking me about what value do you add. Me, I add value in training, as I'm going to show you. One is that I have turned our natural pastures into a business, as you have seen. Because this area is called a cattle corridor geographically, because it has good pastures and good regimes, which makes the farmers here to be in business by not injecting a lot of money in the livestock sector. When we were taken to the Netherlands, we found they had advanced methods of farming, but they inject a lot of money in the farming sector. When I came back, I really concentrated on how can I improve on our available means, the local means. So mine was not copy and pasting. I just copy and interpreted what I saw in different countries. The Netherlands, I've been visiting Kenya. What I saw in Kenya, when I came back, I interpreted it in our own means. That's why I decided to conserve nature, because what we have, what God gave us, is enough to improve the livestock sector to another level. Why do I do that? You must mind about how much money you put in the livestock sector, and you must mind about the profit you are getting in your pocket. So I put in less, I get good money. Now, for example, even if milk is at 1,000 or it is 800 or 500, me, I'm in the business because I inject little compared to what others are injecting in. So really, by going to the Netherlands, it opened my minds, it opened my capacity, it opened my even sharing to the community. When I joined the first competitions, I had retired from the civil service. So my main purpose of joining the competition was to share with the community. So far, I have trained 3,000 farmers and about 800 youth which have been certified by Ministry of Education under the DIT programs, and they are doing well in the following areas. One, some are wage earners, they have been employed to practice good methods of farming. Some are self-employed on the farms, they have improved their farms, and some are extension workers in different organizations and parastatals. The most important thing is sustainability of farming. How do I sustain this? I have introduced systems and structures. I have the head of administration and finance, who is a graduate, stationed on the farm. I have an inseminator who does the breeding sector. I have trainers, there are 4 of them, stationed on the farm when there is need for them to be on the farm. So in terms of sustainability, we are really doing well. Some farmers, some of my workers are enrolled with NSSF, and I pay URA taxes, so I'm compliant with whatever I do. The family engagement into this is purely, Agadi is purely a family farm. Agnes is my wife. Myself, I'm called Dick, so that's the origin of the Agadi name. My children, some are working and their professionals are really well paying, but because I have put in a structure that really combines, even if I'm not around, the farm will keep moving. Even if my children are not around, the farm will keep moving. The most important thing is there must be checks and balances by the professionals. So it's really done on a professional's part. About the hygiene of the farm. When you entered from the gate, for the farm to be perfectly okay or to have a good hygiene, it must start from the farm. You must be clean in the farm inside. Your cows must look clean. The management team must be clean, because if you milk a cow with dirty hands, you are you are contaminating the milk. So the hygiene is priority number 1. When you are here at Aga Dairy Farm, everything is neat, clean. The hygiene is priority number 1. That's why we have managed to be the best farmer in this region. And I hope to be the best of the best. When you talk about the best of the best, you will visit more farmers, me inclusive. I have concentrated on conserving nature. It's my business, conserving nature. I'm showing my fellow farmers that it's possible to move to another level, to improve production by applying our own local methods in a very cheap way, in a very calculated way, and conserving nature is the way to go. Why am I doing that? I want to make sure that I teach and train farmers on how to produce organic products in the dairy sector. Impact of the farm, I'm really very proud. I have trained people all over the country. I had a class of 40 Karamajongs who came here for the training, and they got certificate from DIT. I've trained people from Abium district, northern Uganda. I've trained a big group from Pakwach, which came here and spent about two months. In Western region, there is no district that I have not trained. I'm really doing my best. And the most important thing, I'm targeting the youth and women. That's why you see there is a very big impact in the dairy sector in Uganda. Now about the market. People complain about the market, the milk price, the market, the milk price falling low, people not buying at 500. The answer is one to that. If you mind about the record keeping of your input and the record keeping of your input, how much do you feed a cow? How much does the cow give you? So if you squeeze on the expenditure of funds on how to look after your cows, it will compensate on the price of milk at any cost. Our mission was to do dairy farming as business, competitive, sustainable for the future of Ugandans. And how did we implement it? The mission was to do practical dairy farming, involve the youth and women for sustainability purposes, and do it as a business to improve general income of the youth. That one we have achieved, and we hope to achieve more and more because the sky is the limit. We have very few competitors, but we are improving on the sector. My last message is that when we had the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, all businesses were shut down. They had a lot of challenges. I want to assure people that the livestock sector is the one that stayed alive. And even now it is stay alive. And when you listen to what the president of Kenya said, that farmers should not, the Kenyans should not complain about Uganda cheap milk. They should mind about their products, add value, export it, then they utilize the cheap milk from Uganda, which should be taken as a cheap product. But also to Ugandans, why don't we add value ourselves instead of selling raw milk? So the business is perfectly okay. It is doing well. It has challenges like any other business, but it's a good business. I encourage people to concentrate on the dairy sector.